Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about coconut. The coconut Cocos nucifera is a member of the palm family, Ericaceae, and the only living species of the genus Cocos. The term coconut or the archaic coconut can denote the whole coconut, palm tree, or the large hard fruit. Originally native to Central Indo-Pacific, they are ubiquitous in coastal tropical regions. The coconut tree provides food, fuel, cosmetics, folk medicine, and building materials. The inner flesh of the mature fruit forms a regular part of the diets of many people in the tropics and subtropics. Coconut endosperm contains a large quantity of a liquid, coconut water. Mature coconuts can be processed for all, and coconut milk from the flesh, charcoal from the hard shell, and coir from the fibrous husk. Dried coconut flesh is called copra, and the oil and milk derived from it are commonly used in cooking and in soaps and cosmetics. Sweet coconut sap can be made into drinks or fermented into palm wine or coconut vinegar. The hard shells, fibrous husks, and long, pinnate leaves are used to make products for furnishing and decoration. The coconut has cultural and religious significance for Austronesian peoples, appearing in their mythologies, songs, and oral traditions. It has religious significance in South Asian cultures, where it is used in Hindu rituals including weddings and worship. This species evolved in the Central Indo-Pacific. It was domesticated by Austronesian peoples in Island, Southeast Asia, and spread during the Neolithic via their seaborne migrations as far east as the Pacific Islands and as far west as Madagascar. The species played a critical role in their long sea voyages by providing a portable source of food and water, as well as building materials for outrigger boats. Coconuts were spread much later along the coasts of the Indian and Atlantic Oceans by South Asian, Arab, and from the 16th century by European sailors. Based on these introductions, the species can be divided into Pacific and Indo-Atlantic types. The Indo-Atlantic type was introduced to the Americas during the colonial era in the Columbian Exchange, while Austronesian sailors appear to have introduced Pacific coconuts to Panama in pre-Columbian times. Trees can grow up to 30 meters 100 feet tall and can yield up to 75 fruits per year, though fewer than 30 is more typical. They are intolerant to cold and prefer copious precipitation and full sunlight. Many insect pests and diseases affect commercial production. In 2023, world production of coconuts was 65 million tons, with 73% of the total produced by Indonesia. Cocos nucifera is a large palm, growing up to 30 meters 100 feet tall, with pinnate leaves for 6 meters 13 to 20 feet long, and pinnae 60 to 90 centimeters to 3 feet long. Old leaves break away cleanly, leaving the trunk smooth. On fertile soil, a tall coconut palm tree produces around 80 fruits per year. New varieties may be able to yield as many as 150 per year. In India, average production is over 8,000 nuts per hectare per year. Tall varieties produce their first fruit in 6 to 10 years and live for 60 to 100 years. Dwarf varieties become productive more quickly, but have a shorter lifespan. The coconut is monoecious, meaning that both male and female flowers grow on the same tree, in its case in the same inflorescence. It is possible that the species, in addition, occasionally has bisexual flowers. The female flower is much larger than the male flower. Mature trees grow continuously, producing leaves, flowers, and fruit all year round. It takes some 14 months for each flower primordium to develop into an inflorescence, botanically a spadix inside a sheathing spathe. A healthy tree can produce up to 15 inflorescences per year, staggered so that there is always a mature one with others in different stages of development. It takes 11 months from the opening of the female flowers to the time of harvest. Coconut palms are largely cross-pollinated, although most dwarf varieties are self-pollinating. Botanically, the coconut fruit is a drupe, not a true nut. Like other fruits, it has 3 layers: the exocarp, mesocarp, and endocarp. The exocarp is the glossy outer skin, usually yellow-green to yellow-brown in color. The mesocarp is composed of a fiber called coir, which has many traditional and commercial uses. The exocarp and the mesocarp make up the husk of the coconut, while the endocarp makes up the hard coconut shell. The endocarp is around 4 millimeters 1/8 inch thick and has 3 distinctive germination pores micropiles. On the distal end, 2 of the pores are plugged eyes, while 1 is functional. The interior of the endocarp is hollow and is lined with a thin brown seed coat, some 0.2 millimeters 164 in thick. The endocarp is initially filled with a liquid endosperm, the coconut water. The liquid contains many free cell nuclei and is multinucleate, dividing by mitosis without cell boundaries. As development continues, cellular layers of endosperm deposit along the walls of the endocarp up to 11 millimeters 3/8 in thick. Starting at the far end, they eventually form the edible solid endosperm coconut meat, which hardens over time. The small cylindrical embryo is embedded in the solid endosperm directly below the functional pore. During germination, the embryo pushes out of the functional pore and forms a haustorium inside the central cavity. This absorbs the solid endosperm to nourish the seedling. The fruits have 2 distinctive forms. Wild Neukafa coconuts feature an elongated triangular fruit with a thicker husk and a smaller amount of endosperm. These make the fruits more buoyant, ideal for ocean dispersal. Domesticated Neo-Vi Pacific coconuts are rounded in shape with a thinner husk, more endosperm, and more coconut water. A full-sized fruit weighs about 1.4 kilograms 3 pounds 1 ounce depending on variety. The 21st century Baido variety from Indonesia averages 3.158 kilograms 6 pounds 15.4 ounces per fruit. Coconuts are exported without husks. Dehusked nuts from Côte d'Ivoire average around 575 grams, while dehusked nuts from the Dominican Republic average nearly 700 grams 24. Coconuts sold domestically in coconut-producing countries are typically not dehusked. Immature coconuts 6 to 8 months from flowering are sold for coconut water and softer jelly-like coconut meat known as green coconuts, young coconuts, or water coconuts, where the original coloration of the fruit is more pleasing. Whole mature coconuts 11 to 13 months from flowering sold for export, however, typically have the husk removed to reduce weight and volume for transport. This results in the naked coconut shell with 3 pores, remnants of the 3 carpels of the flower. More familiar in countries where coconuts are not grown locally. Dehusked coconuts are easier for consumers to open, but have a shorter post-harvest storage life of around 2 to 3 weeks at temperatures of 12 to 15 degrees Celsius 54 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit, or up to 2 months at 0 to 1.5 degrees Celsius 30.0 to 34.7 degrees Fahrenheit. In comparison, mature coconuts with a husk can be stored for 3 to 5 months at room temperature. The palm tree has neither a taproot nor root hairs, but a fibrous root system. This consists of many thin roots that grow outward from the plant near the surface. Only a few penetrate deep into the soil for stability. This is known as a fibrous or adventitious root system and is a characteristic of grass species. 2,000 to 4,000 adventitious roots may grow, each about 1 centimeter 1 to in diameter. Decayed roots are replaced regularly as the tree grows new ones. The Swedish botanist and taxonomist Carl Linnaeus formally described the species Cocos nucifera in his book Species Plantarum in 1753. The name is accepted by botanists. In 1768, in his book The Gardener's Dictionary, the English botanist Philip Miller redescribed the plant as Palma cocos, a name treated as a synonym. In 1891, Calapa nucifera in his Vivisio generum plantarum, also treated as a synonym. The generic name cocos and the common name is derived from the 16th century Portuguese word coco, meaning head or skull, after the three indentations on the coconut shell that give an impression of a face. This apparently came from encounters in 1521 by Portuguese and Spanish explorers with Pacific Islanders, when the coconut shell reminded them of ghosts in Portuguese folklore called coco or cicada in the West. The fruit was originally called Nux indica, a name used by Marco Polo in 1280 while in Sumatra. His term is a translation from the Arabic of the time, where it was called Juz Hink Indian nut. Thenga, its Tamil, Malayalam name, was used in the detailed description of coconut found in Itinerario by Ludovico di Varthema, published in 1510, and in the later Hortus Indicus Malabaricus. The specific name nucifera means nut-bearing, from the Latin words nux nut and fera bearing. As a rich source of lauric acid and other saturated fats, coconut oil is a dietary risk factor for cardiovascular diseases by elevating blood levels of LDL cholesterol. Many national clinical associations recommend limiting consumption of coconut oil products, replacing them instead with foods containing unsaturated fats. Proteins from coconut in food may cause allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis in some people. 112 in the United States. The Food and Drug Administration has declared that coconut must be disclosed as an ingredient on food package labels as a tree nut with potential allergenicity. Cocamidopropyl butane CAPB is a surfactant manufactured from coconut oil and used in personal hygiene products and cosmetics, such as shampoos, liquid soaps, cleansers, and antiseptics. CAPB may cause mild skin irritation, but allergic reactions to CAPB are rare. They are probably related to impurities rendered during the manufacturing process, which include amidamine and dimethylaminophrenol rather than CAPB itself. The coconut palm is grown throughout the tropics for decoration, as well as for its culinary and non-culinary uses. Virtually every part of the coconut palm is used by humans in some manner and has significant economic value. The coconut's versatility is noted in some of its names. In Sanskrit, it is Kalpa Vriksha, the tree of the necessities of life, while in Malay, it is Pokaksari Baguna, the tree of 1,000 uses. And in the Philippines, it is called the tree of life. It is one of the most useful trees in the world. Raw coconut meat is 47% water, 33% fat, 15% carbohydrates, and 3% protein. Table. In a reference amount of 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. Raw coconut flesh supplies 350 calories of food energy. DV of manganese 65% DV and copper 48% DV, with various other dietary minerals in moderate amounts 10 to 18% DV. Table. It is a poor source of vitamins. Raw coconut meat has a high content of saturated fatty acids, 30% of total fats, with lauric acid as the main saturated fat. The many culinary uses of coconuts are largely based on the edible white, fleshy part of the seed, the endosperm, known as coconut meat. The meat of immature coconuts can be eaten as it is or cooked in pastries. Mature coconut meat is tough and is processed before consumption, being made into products like coconut milk, coconut chips, or grated and dehydrated as desiccated coconut. Coconut milk, used for cooking many dishes, is pressed from coconut meat. It can be diluted to create coconut milk beverages such as milk substitutes. Coconut milk powder, a protein-rich powder, can be processed from coconut milk. Coconut milk and coconut cream extracted from grated coconut can be added to desserts and savory dishes, or used in curries and stews. Products made from thickened coconut milk with sugar and eggs like coconut jam and coconut custard, are widespread in Southeast Asia. Coconut oil is used for frying and cooking. Coconut water can be drunk fresh or used in cooking. It can be fermented to produce a jelly-like dessert known as nata de coco. Coconut vinegar, made from fermented coconut water or sap, is used extensively in Southeast Asian and Goan cuisine. Coconut sap, fresh or fermented, is drunk as toddy or tuba in the Philippines. When left to ferment on its own, it becomes palm wine. Palm wine is distilled to produce arak. The sap can be reduced by boiling to create a sweet syrup or reduced further to yield coconut sugar. A young, well-maintained tree can produce around 300 liters, 79 US gallons of toddy per year, while a 40-year-old tree may yield around 400 L 110 US gal. In 2022, world production of processed coconut oil was 3.2 million tons, led by the Philippines with 43% of the total, and Indonesia and India as secondary producers. Coconut oil is used in cooking, especially for frying. It can be used in liquid form like other vegetable oils, or in solid form like butter or lard. Coconut butter is a solidified coconut oil, but the name is also applied to creamed coconut, a specialty product made of coconut milk solids or pureed coconut meat and oil. Among the many non-food uses of coconut palms, the husk and shells can be used for fuel or made into charcoal. The husks can serve as flotation devices or as an abrasive. The shell, freed from the husk and heated on warm ashes, exudes an oily material that is used to soothe dental pains in traditional medicine of Cambodia. Coir fiber from husks is used in ropes, mats, brushes, and sacks, as caulking for boats, and as stuffing for mattresses. It is used in horticulture in potting compost, especially in orchid mix, and to make brooms in Cambodia. Carved with seams in relief and mounted with precious metals, the leaves provide material for baskets and for roofing thatch. They can be woven into mats, cooking skewers, and kindling arrows. Leaves are woven into small pouches that are filled with rice and cooked to make puso and ketupit. Hawaiians hollowed out coconut trunks to form drums, containers, or small canoes. The branch's leaf petioles are strong and flexible enough to make a switch. The use of coconut branches in corporal punishment was revived in the Gilbertese community on Choiseul, in the Solomon Islands in 2005. The roots are used to make dye, a mouthwash, and a folk medicine for diarrhea and dysentery. A frayed piece of root can be used as a toothbrush. In Cambodia, the roots are used in traditional medicine. Thank you for watching.